Hello students, good morning to all of you. So we are learning chapter 1 cell structure and function in biology. After 1 week, we get our class after 1 week. So I have to remind you what I have taught in the previous week. Do you remember what you have taught? What you have learned? Do you remember? So cell structure and function we are learning, and have a quick look on what we have learned till now. Who discovered cell? Okay, you look at your copy also, take your copy along with, and see all these question answers you have written now. Now name the two different groups of organisms on the basis of their number of cells. They are unicellular and multicellular. You have to write just what is unicellular organism and what is multicellular organism in two columns. In two columns you write in tabular form. Don't copy all these text, only you write the answer from this. Select the answer and write. Don't copy all the text. I have seen some students copied all the text. No, this text is, you read this text and whatever is the answer, you remove the answer, underline the answer, or take it as the answer and write it in your copy. Examples of unicellular and multicellular organisms, you write their name. The first two are given here, and the rest you know the name of multicellular organisms. You know the name by looking at the picture. You can write the first one, amoeba and paramecium, unicellular organisms, and in the place of paramecium you can write bacteria also. You can write yeast also, yeast, yeast. These are all unicellular organisms, and you will learn more unicellular organisms now. Variety in the shape of cells, all these we have already learned, and you have not learned all these things. You just go through the videos once again, you revise the videos and see what is there in the videos. So you have to learn variety in the shape of cell. Shape and size of cell differ. Next, cell size. Name the following: smallest cell, largest cell, longest cell. Learn this. You have, hope that you must have written all these in your copy. Three main parts of cell: cell membrane, cytoplasm, nucleus, its function, cell organelles, plastids, mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, vacuole, ribosomes, all these cell organelles. The names are, I think the names are entirely new, entirely tough for you. I think endoplasmic reticulum, you have to learn it. You have to learn how to pronounce it. How to pronounce endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum. As you are the students of class 7, you just passed to class 8. This is pure biology, so you have some difficulty in pronouncing the words and understanding it. Once you familiar with these words, you will have no difficulty in understanding all these. So here the cell organelles and their functions. And now we are going to learn a new topic here. In the cell organelles, we have learned many cell organelles, and in the parts of the cell we have learned the nucleus. In the parts of the cell part, we have learned the nucleus as a part, and there I have told you, in the nucleus there is chromatin material, and the chromatin material converted into a thick thread-like structure called chromosome. I told you this thing, but this is much important topic, so I made another slide for this topic. So what is written in here? Read it. Chromosomes and their function. What are chromosomes? Chromosomes. It is pronounced as chromosomes. Chromosomes. What is its function? So protoplasm of the nucleus is called nucleoplasm. The cell contains the fluid called protoplasm. Protoplasm of the nucleus is called nucleoplasm, and the protoplasm outer the nucleus is called cytoplasm. तो cytoplasm and nucleoplasm together called protoplasm. तो सेल के अंदर का फ्लूइड को प्रोटोप्लाज्म बोलते हैं. न्यूक्लियस के अंदर जो प्रोटोप्लाज्म है उसको न्यूक्लियोप्लाज्म बोलते हैं, और न्यूक्लियस के बाहर का जो पार्ट ऑफ प्रोटोप्लाज्म है उसको साइटोप्लाज्म कहते हैं. इट हैज ए थ्रेड लाइक नेटवर्क कॉल्ड क्रोमैटिन विच nucleoplasm. Inside the nucleus there is protoplasm, and in that protoplasm there is a thread-like network called chromatin. When the cell is ready to divide, this chromatin condenses to form thicker thread-like structures called chromosomes. At the time of cell division only, the chromatin converted or condenses to form, they become short in size. Condenses means they become short in size to form. When they become short in size, they become thicker and called chromosomes. They are called chromosomes. These chromosomes are the structures responsible for the characters inherited by one generation from the earlier generation. So the function of this chromosome is, the role of this chromosome is, they are structures responsible for the characters of, they are structures responsible for our characters. Whatever we get the characters from our parents, these characters we get from through genes, genes, genes. These genes are there in the chromosomes. So chromosomes contain genes. Through that genes we inherit our characters from earlier generation. That means from our parents and grandparents. So we have how much chromosome in our cell? It is written here. The number of chromosomes in cell differ in different organism. All organism has not the same number of chromosomes. Organisms differ in the number of chromosomes in their cell. Some are shown here. Man has 46 chromosomes. Man, human beings, we have how many chromosomes? 46 chromosomes in each cell, not in total. In each cell has 46 chromosomes. Dog, 78 chromosome. Pigeon, 80 chromosome. Yeast, 32 chromosome. Wheat, 42 chromosome. And you find out which animal has how many chromosomes. If you search in Google, you will get the answer of which animal or which plant has how many chromosomes. All living things, if they are made up of cells, they have chromosomes in their cells. So now, after this, one more topic we have to learn in this. Look at the pictures and answer the given questions. What are cilia and flagella? These are in your book. The cell organelles, they are not cell organelles. The cilia and flagella are actually not cell organelles. See here, it is cilia, and this is flagella. These are organs of unicellular organisms. Cilia, flagella. They are organs of unicellular organisms. But it is not inside the cell. It is outside the cell. These organs seen outside the cell. See, this is the flagella. This is one flagellum. One flagellum. This is a whip-like structure which is seen in Euglena. This is Euglena, the organism Euglena. And in this Euglena, a whip-like structure is seen. This whip-like structure help it in movement, locomotion. Move from one place to another and capture food. This whip-like structure help Euglena. And next is paramecium. This paramecium has no flagella, but it has cilia. See, cilia are, you cannot see clearly here, but it is hairy outgrowth. These are hairs, little hairs, hairy outgrowth. Actually not hair, but such small structures on the cell surface. Plasma surface of the cell membrane. These cilia are seen on the surface of the cell membrane. Cilia are seen on the surface of the cell membrane. See, cilia, cilia. The cilia also help the organism in movement. So this is paramecium. Paramecium is a unicellular organism. Euglena is also a unicellular organism. Paramecium has cilia for movement, and flagellum is in Euglena. Euglena has flagellum. So these are externally seen organs. So they are called cell extensions. They are extensions of cell membrane. Extensions of cell membrane. Some cells have these small extensions on their cell membrane. They help in locomotion and collection of food. So the function of cilia and flagella or cell extensions. The function of cilia and flagella are locomotion and collection of food. Locomotion means movement, moving from one place to another. Locomotion and food collection. So like paramecium have numerous cilia. So cilia is more than one in number, many in number. Cilia is all over its body. See, all over its cell there is cilia. Throughout the cytoplasm, throughout the cell membrane, outer side of the cell membrane there is cilia. But flagella is only one in number, single flagella. So this is another thing, not a cell organelle but an extension of cell membrane. Now another thing is, there are two differences between onion peel cell and cheek cell. So when we see onion peel cell in the microscope, we can see the shape of the cell in this way. These are nucleus. The condensed dots are nucleus of the cell. And I told you nucleus in plant cell. Onion is a plant. Onion is a plant. Nucleus in plant cell is placed peripherally. See, this is the cell, boundary of the cell. You see, this is the boundary of the cell. This cell is rectangular in shape. Rectangular in shape. Onion cell is rectangular in shape. And you can see the nucleus is peripherally placed, sidewise, not in the center, but in side. Nucleus is in the side in each cell, you can see, not in the center. In the plant cell, in the center there is a vacuole, not nucleus. So this is a plant cell. These are plant cells, onion peel cells. Onion का, प्याज का, छिलके का पिक्चर. तो उसका प्याज का सेल्स जो है वो माइक्रोस्कोप के अंदर में इस तरह दिखाई देता है. ओके, नाउ दिस इज ह्यूमन चीक सेल. इन आवर चीक, inner side of the cheek, inside the mouth, the cheek cell has this type of cells. And this one, you see, this is animal cell. We are animals, So this is animal cell. In animal cells, the nucleus is placed centrally. See, the nucleus is centrally placed. There is no vacuole, so nucleus is centrally placed. That is the difference between animal cell and plant. Here we are not looking at, we have to look at the difference because take two differences between onion peel cell and chick cell. It is given here the question. So you have to write two differences between onion peel cell and chick cell. That will be the difference between a plant cell and an animal cell. So nucleus is centrally placed in chick cell, nucleus is peripherally placed in onion cell. And another difference, can you see? There is a cell wall in plant cell, that is onion cell. Onion cell, there is a cell wall. See? Where is it? Here. This is the wall of the cell, made up of cellulose. Cell wall. Each cell has a cell wall. Here there is no cell wall. There is only cell membrane. There is no thick cell wall. So chick cell has no cell wall. Onion cell has cell wall. Two differences. Here we can see. Plastids we cannot see. Vacuole we cannot see. So it has another thing we can see is that in this picture, onion cell has a fixed shape. It is rectangular in shape, rigid and a fixed shape, and has a fixed shape. But chick cell do not have a fixed shape. See, almost all the cells are similar in shape, but here it is not like that. Animal cell do not have a fixed shape. That is another difference. So today we have learned two things. One, chromosomes and their function. The second is cilia, flagella, and differences between onion peel cell and chick cell. So take down all these notes and learn. We will see in another video. Till then, goodbye.